West Virginia, we did it. We are ranked number 1 in utility costs. Can somebody tell me how in the world West Virginia, with all the fresh water, all the coal we sit on top of, can be the number 1 costliest state for utilities? How can that be? I need somebody to explain to me how it can be possible that we pay more than Alaska and Hawaii for our utilities. What's going on in West Virginia?
Every county in West Virginia went red in 2024 based on the promise of having their energy bills cut in half. Fast forward to today, and people are paying more for the utilities than their mortgage. As an example, one woman had an electric bill, just the electric bill, at $940. People are literally shutting themselves in rooms with just one space heater and turning heat off to the rest of their houses so that they don't have to pay these crazy bills, but they're still through the roof. It is hard as somebody with a level of sympathy and empathy to want to just cast these people out and say that's what you voted for. But in the same breath, this is what you voted for. You cannot tell me otherwise. The man who said he was going to cut your bills in half is a serial con man. And he said, drill, baby, drill, but you're not seeing the results because he's a professional liar. I feel for the people of West Virginia. I feel for the people that are suffering, but my give a damn is also busted. This ruby red state is paying the absolute price.
Maga in West Virginia, how you doing? I hear you guys are having an interesting time over there in West Virginia. After 70% of you guys voted to make America great again. How is that philosophy going for you? Because I feel like it had some unintended consequences.
Looks like a scene out of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
They said they cleared the drain out, and now about 5 miles up the road, all the stream's contaminated. First thing came to mind was, hey, we need to get a hold of DEP. They said, hey, we're going to send our guy out. All day yesterday, it was me and a few other people out, none of them. Midnight, we were out taking samples, and we seen the dead wildlife. We seen everything moving downstream. Another orange stream that's coming from the opposite side of where they said they was working at, man.
You're finding everything that they've ever injected into these coal bed methane wells that they've capped and abandoned. It's coming out now. We're fighting the DEP. We're fighting the people that's supposed to be helping us.
We're pushing for more transparency. We deserve better, and we're tired of crooked-ass politicians.
I think there's some corrupt politicians that needs to go to jail. I think the top 5 at the DEP ought to resign. They need to change the name of the West Virginia Environmental Protection to West Virginia We Make Money at the expense of everybody else.
Parishioners have told you that they feel like they're tired of living in what feels like a third world country?
And that's a direct quote.
What do you say to someone who says that to you?
Amen. Amen, because I'm tired of it too. It's gone on long enough.
Well, 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 it looks like more and more of these MAGA morons are starting to realize what it is they voted for. I was just listening to a gentleman from West Virginia. He's a senior citizen, not a MAGA moron. He voted the right way. But he knows a lot of MAGA morons, as you'd expect, living in West Virginia. Anyway, a lot of these people are on insulin. And their insulin just went from $6 for a month's supply all the way up to $80. Just like that. And they're finding out that the reason is because Donald Trump immediately reversed a Biden policy to lower the price of insulin through the Medicare program. So now these idiots are going to be spending, what's the math on that? $74 a month more on their insulin? Oh my God. You know, there's consequences to stupidity. Just saying.
Yeah, a lot of people in West Virginia are so frustrated because they voted for Trump since he promised to lower the cost of living and cut their energy bills into half within 12 months. But right now, many families are forced to choose between buying food and paying for electric bills. Also, the AI data centers in the area are driving their utility cost up. So let's have a look. Please like and have the video and let me know your thoughts in the comments, all right? Let's get into it.
Okay, so I'm a little pissed off here in Virginia. So I got my electric bill this month and it has doubled. And I was like, wait, what happened? I didn't do anything different. So I started doing a little research and asking some of my friends, hey, did yours double? And they were like, oh yeah, check this out. This guy's like, oh yeah, mine's now $700 a month. This other person, yeah, mine went up 45%. The other people, they basically doubled. And so I'm like, wait, I didn't even know there was going to be a rate hike. So I did a little research and sure enough, Virginia Power was like, hey, don't worry, there's going to be a rate hike, but don't worry. It's only going to be like $11 a family. And so I'm like, you lied. And then I was like, I wonder what this rate hike was for. So then I did a little more research and they're like, oh, we need new poles and labor costs have gone up and so has fuel costs. Fuel costs have gone down. But the most alarming thing to me was they had mentioned that with all of the new data centers in Virginia, it basically drained the system and they need to upgrade it. So first of all, I want to ask who the frig is letting all these data centers in to drain the American public's wallets? And secondly, why are we forced to pay double an electric bill for these data centers that are here? And then I was like, gee, I wonder if Virginia Power is really hurting for money, that they needed to raise everyone's rate, not $11, but double. And so I did a little quick research. And guess what? Just in Q3 alone for 2025, guess how much they made? They made $1 billion net profit. So could somebody please friggin' tell me why this cost is always funneled down to the hardworking American taxpayer? This shit has got to stop. I am so tired of being a human. It should not be this expensive to live. And I don't know who makes these decisions, but it is reckless.
Teachers in Virginia are being told to turn the lights off in a county, by the way, that is packed with 37 data centers. This is the AI Roundup. And in a rules for thee, but not for me moment, school staff in Henrico County, they were told to conserve electricity because the electric bill is getting way more expensive. For now, Virginia is the data center capital of America and the world. And AI data centers, they use cities worth of energy. So I am shocked at how nobody saw this coming. Just kidding. They did. And so many in Virginia and all across the country, they have warned about this for years. And the elected politicians, they keep allowing data centers to be built with little to no regulations anyways. And many times, these trillion dollar corporations, they're even given incentives to build in a town because they really need the financial help. But back to Virginia, the county manager told employees in an email that the rate paid for electricity will increase dramatically and that the county anticipates additional increases in the years ahead. The email also asked workers to turn off lights when leaving workplaces, shut down computers, and adjust the blinds, among other things. And look, I'm all for saving electricity, but when it comes to turning off lights in a classroom versus powering a 500-acre data center, I think we've got bigger fish to fry here. So yes, again, people have warned about this for a long time, and it's another reason why people are so angry about AI data centers.
I can't pay this. $741.98. It's due on February 17th. Normally, the highest bill I've usually ever gotten was anywhere from, $3 to maybe $320. And we're very conservative. Like I said, we're never there. So for us to get a bill that big, for us not being there, it's insane. Obviously, our heat's been on a little more. So I was expecting it to be in the 300s, maybe 400s, with how everybody's been saying their bill was.
From last year, what it was, but in February, and then this, you go, what happened?
January 2025, she spent $352. A year later, it's a $694 price tag, almost double.
I can't afford this. I don't have that kind of money.
Stroud uses solar energy and heats her home with a heat pump, but does not have an auxiliary that bumps up the cost when the cold weather arrives.
It can't get out of whack. Something like that really, takes away anything else. Plus, at the beginning of the year, I have my medications and stuff. Is this what we're going to be looking at for the rest of the year and from now on out? If it is, there's going to be a lot of elderly people that can't afford it.
I took that concern to the governor herself.
What immediate action are you looking at taking? So the rising cost of energy has been an issue that has been continuing to be of greater and greater importance across the Commonwealth. As governor, I worked with the General Assembly to have priority bills focused on lowering costs in energy. Those bills so far have been moving through the General Assembly. So there's a variety of good bills that are moving forward, focused on newer technologies, particularly high strength battery storage that will ensure that we can contend with some of the real peak moments that can be a root cause of driving up those costs. But my administration is also working to ensure that affordability is a cross-secretariat priority.
A $300 jump or a $400 jump, that hurts us. That means we have to cut out something else.
I reached out to Dominion about the unusually high January energy bills. A spokesperson tells me the weather, the increasing cost of grid equipment, and fuel are reasons why your energy bill may be higher.
Here's Joe from Georgia. So voting has consequences, and those voters in the states of Kentucky and West Virginia are finding out that their vote, which, by the way, was overwhelmingly for Donald Trump in 2024, is coming back to haunt them. And the haunting is in the coal industry. The coal industry's had a tough time for decades. However, they had seen a new revival in that because they had a huge buyer in the world. Guess who? China. China is the biggest consumer of coal in the world, and they were buying it from companies out of West Virginia and Kentucky, where thousands of people are employed in the coal industry to make their living. Well, those people have been voting staunchly Republican for years. Well, in this instance, they are finally finding out that maybe they made a mistake. And not maybe, because the coal industry, once again, the largest consumer in the world of coal, is China. The tariffs have made it to where China will not buy American coal. And without buying American coal, you're putting tens of thousands of people out of work in Kentucky and West Virginia. So once again, voting has consequences, and you're finding out in Kentucky and West Virginia. Good luck.
Meet Rebecca Michalski, hailing from the state of West Virginia. And right now, Rebecca, along with many other people from West Virginia, are facing a crisis. And that crisis is astronomically high electricity bills. For example, Rebecca lives on a fixed income, but in February, her electricity bill was $940.08. It's gotten so bad that she's even taken out a personal loan to try to pay off the bills. Rebecca says, quote, "Every time you see that power bill, you're just sick," as she rifles through a stack of statements totaling thousands of dollars. And if you think her electricity bill is high, wait till I show you this one.
$1,218.67. Yeah, for one building.
The rising cost of utilities definitely does have some effect on the reason we're going to just under one roof.
Rebecca has taken to social media demanding answers along thousands of other West Virginians, including those who have been posting screenshots of their monthly charges. They're angry and perplexed over soaring utility costs that are sometimes surpassing rents and mortgages in one of the most energy-rich yet poorest corners of America. And one example is a man that owns an art gallery in West Virginia.
This small gallery, I keep the temperature down kind of low, and I'm still paying $700, $800 a month. The power company, I've called several times, and I told them, look, I'm a senior citizen, I'm 71, I'm an artist, and I have a gallery, and I'm trying to help the community. Is there any program that can help us to help our community? She says, I'm sorry, we really don't have that.
And your rent for the commercial space here is how much?
It's only $600. It's $150 to $200 less than my power bill.
And the thing about Rebecca is that she voted for the current guy that's in the White House. And it sounds like she's currently experiencing her FAFO moment as she's having some voter regret. Rebecca says, quote, "It's breaking me, and there's nothing that can be done for it unless the president does something," Michalski said about her skyrocketing power bills, adding she no longer supports Rump. And I don't see him doing it. He's had plenty of time.
Did you vote for Trump? Yes, I did. Why did you not vote for her? Hold your mic up here.
Well, I didn't vote for her because, one, I don't agree with her standards. Two, if you're going to deny Jesus in front of the whole country, then I'm not voting for you, because God did say, if you deny me in front of your friends, I'm going to deny you in front of my Father. Mm-hmm. And it kind of made me mad because when somebody shouted, Jesus is Lord, she said, I'm sorry, you're at the wrong rally. The rally's down the road. I'm sorry, but Jesus is Lord. He's coming back one day, and I'm not going to vote for somebody like that. Trump, I truly support what he did. He said, with God's help, he's going to make America great again. And he's not relying on his own stuff, he's relying on God. And that's the best part right there.
Do you feel that the blue collar part of Trump spoke to people here in West Virginia?
Oh yeah, big time. The blue collar, they Trump fully supports them, just like we all do here.
Yeah.
Like the miners, like the coal mines, we need them around here. Like Harris was trying to shut down the coal mines, Trump's like, no, we need the coal to make the electric.
Yeah. Do you know anybody here that voted for her?
No. No. No.
Well, howdy, friends. I'm going to vent a little bit today. I'm going to vent about the water company. I got my water bill yesterday, and guess what? I thought I had a water leak when I looked at that price on the bill. Almost $50, y'all. That's crazy. When I first got city water, it was like $28 or $29. Now we're looking almost $50 a month. What are we going to do, y'all? What are we going to do? I hear next it's going to be the electric taking a raise. Crazy, 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 friends. What are we going to do? Except pay the bill if we want water and electric, huh? I'm through venting, y'all. I'm going to go inside the house. Going to lie down, take a rest, and possibly even take a nap.
A lot of people in the comments on the AI data center video mentioned water consumption. While most of the attention has been on electricity, data centers are also draining our water supplies at an alarming rate. The servers that power AI generate enormous amounts of heat. To keep the chips from overheating and getting damaged, data centers use evaporative cooling systems that consume massive quantities of water. The new chips like NVIDIA's Blackwell use far more electricity than previous generations, which means that they need even more cooling. Data centers can use more water to avoid running electric cooling systems, or they can use more electricity to reduce water consumption. Most choose water because it's cheaper. Researchers at UC Riverside found that every 20 to 50 questions you ask, ChatGPT consumes roughly half a liter of water. Globally, ChatGPT alone uses an estimated 39 million gallons of water per day. A single large data center can consume up to 5 million gallons of water per day. That's equivalent to the daily needs of a town of 50,000 people. In Northern Virginia, home to the world's largest cluster of data centers, facilities consumed nearly 2 billion gallons in 2023, a 63% increase from just 4 years earlier. Projections show that water use from data centers could increase by 870% as more facilities come online. This year, lawmakers in at least 8 states introduced legislation requiring data centers to disclose their water use. In California, New Jersey, and Virginia, those bills were vetoed by governors from both parties after industry lobbying. The EU already requires data centers over 500 kilowatts to report their water usage. We should have the same standard here. We need federal legislation that requires data centers to disclose their water consumption, just like we need them to disclose their energy use and emissions. When I'm in Congress, I'll push for comprehensive reporting requirements that give communities the information they need to make decisions about their water supply. Tech companies shouldn't get to drain our aquifers in secret.
For many families, higher utility bills affect everything. When the electricity costs more, there is less money for groceries, less money for children's needs, less money for medicine, and less money for emergencies. Also, small businesses are feeling the pressure of operating costs. A local shop with an electric bill may have to increase prices, reduce employees' hours, delay hiring, or even shut down completely. And this affects workers, customers, and even the entire community. But the problem with the people of West Virginia is that they keep electing the same leaders who keep them poor over and over again, voting against their own interest. So elections have consequences, and people should look beyond the slogans and examine how the policies will affect workers, retirees, small businesses, and families living paycheck to paycheck. But the big problem comes in because most people, they vote based on identity, fear, or even culture wars politics, and they forgot about the real issues affecting their own community, like wages, housing, healthcare, and economic security. But voters should decide what matters to them most, because once the election is over, everyone lives with the consequences of the policies that follows, This is why transparency and accountability matters. Voters have every right to ask the elected leaders about what they're doing to address rising costs. You should vote for leaders who cares about your interest and the interest of the workers and the poor people in your community. Whether someone voted Republican or even Democrat, most people want the same thing: affordable food, affordable housing, affordable jobs, safe communities, and the chance to build a future for their own children. So thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.